I have a really easy cable run, so this install should be super easy for you. It's only about a metre from where I want the charger to the consumer unit or the fuse box. This is what I hear all the time, and I need you to understand that just because the cable run's not very short doesn't mean it's not difficult, and there's more to this job than the cable run. Here is a prime example of that. This is where the charger's going to go. Now my customer doesn't want to see any cables on show, and the meter box is just the other side of that, but I have this problem here. Let me show you inside. My first issue is this area here, and then inside I have lots of consumer units, and the meter box is being boxed in where that used to clearly be the external wall. So only this part here is the block work between this room and the study next door. This study, which I'm not going to take you in, that wall literally ends here. So I have this tiny little gap that I can drill through. Then I've got to go through the block work in between in order to get into there. And I need to drill through at an angle, not to go into the hallway, the study, and also not hit any other cables because there's loads of those in there as well. As you can see in there. I have now been at this job for an hour and a quarter, measuring this up, trying to find the best way of doing this job to give my customer the best finish, and I have one chance at drilling this hole to get this cable through. So yes, it's only a metre, but there's a lot of pressure in that 1 metre. Today's charger is the Simpson & Partners Untethered. The great I love this charger, and the best thing about it is the customizable colours. So my customer has gone for this light grey black top finish, which ties in very nicely with the rest of the house. So if you're looking for a nice custom charger, go for this one. So on this particular day, I kept getting my words mixed up, so bear with it, and I'm sure you're going to be able to make sense of the hibbery-jibbery that I come out with today. Now, when you're drilling a hole like this for a cable, there are two ways of doing this. First way is the artisan way, where you get out your compass and protractor and you work out that angle. Or you can do it the SOTA way, which is rely on 20 years of experience and just go for it. Need a bigger drill bit. Got it, bang on. But you wouldn't believe where it's fallen. Let me show you. Right there, on the meter box. Which is a shame because that hole there is dictated by the hole in the back of the charger for the height that the customer wants it. So I'm going to drill this next one with the bigger drill bit just at a slight incline to hopefully avoid that and then run my cables. A little tip for anyone out there who's watching this looking to get an EV charger installed. If you are, make sure you use an electrical contractor who is registered with either NAPIT or the NIC. This work is notifiable, and if they're not registered to these people, you're not going to get the correct paperwork. Ooh. But that was possibly the scariest hole I've ever drilled in my life. The next thing I hear from customers is that they have a metal consumer unit, it's up together, and it was installed about 5-10 years ago. Now, we have that here. Let me show you why we can't use it. I have two boards here. The first one is a contactum. And what you can see here is this is called a RCD protected board. An EV charger can't be on a shared RCD. And down here, another little Wilex board. Metal again, RCD main switch. Can't put it on there. Which means I need to install another consumer unit because they don't want those replaced, which is fair enough. It's additional cost. So I'm installing this Proteus one here, which is like a 5-module board. So inside I have my surge protection device. I'm going to put my EV charger circuit in here, and there's a couple of spare ways, future-proofing this installation a little bit more, for in case they want, say, a little battery storage in the future. If you're getting someone to install a new consumer unit for you, make sure you get one that has a couple of extra spare ways. And by the way, if you want an EV charger installed by me, in the description below, there's a link where I can quote you for a job. But you have to be like my awesome customer today and make me incredible coffee. Because this guy is amazing. While I'm on the topic of registered electricians, if you're getting a new consumer unit installed or a replacement, these are also notifiable works, which means the building authority needs to be notified. If you're using a contractor who's registered with the NIC or NAPIT, this is no problem at all. If you're not, this could cause you problems later on down the line when you're trying to sell your house. It turns out there's a lot of unregistered electricians out there, so watch out. Does it matter which EV charger you have installed? Yes, it does. I've narrowed the chargers that I installed down to a handful, and that handful includes the Simpson & Partners, the Anderson A3, the Hypervolt, maybe the Zappi. And I've chosen these because of a few key things. One, reliability. Apart from the Zappi, which has let me down, the others are pretty bulletproof. And the likes of the Simpson & Partners is very customizable. I've installed a lot of these chargers and not a single one has let me down. Yes, it costs a little bit more money, not a lot, but it's well worth it. That's just my personal opinion. The Omi EV charger, will I install it? No. If you want me to install that for you, you're going to have to supply it because I don't like it and they normally break after 3 years. That is just my personal experience though. All the chargers that I've mentioned integrate with Octopus Intelligent, which seems to be the most popular tariff that people are on these days. And if you're looking at like an eBay charger that you can see for 200 quid, don't bother calling me because I'm not going to install it. Deciding on a company name is one of the most difficult things that you can do when starting up a business. However, organizing your business is now one of the easiest things that you can do. Something that you're going to have to learn very quickly is admin skills, quoting, invoicing, scheduling, organizing customers. You need a database for all of this information, and with Tradeify, that solves this problem. This all-in-one software takes care of all of that for you, enabling you to run a smooth business. The software is so simple to use. It doesn't matter if your computer skills are not very good, you can do it on your mobile phone on the app. It is that easy. And at the minute, they're running a Black Friday offer, one that you cannot miss. 50% off for 12 months and a 2-week free trial. Click the link in the description below or sign up with this promo code. Now for the installers, a few upgrades have been made to the Simpson & Partners chargers. We now have lever connections, and these are 2 connections there for the CT. I'm going back entry on this charger, and if you're going to do this, put a stuffing gland in, but invert it. There's plenty of space there and it won't sit proud off the wall. I like to slide the charger over the cable, mark all my holes and mark the cable ready for stripping. Seal up the holes in the wall. This takes 2 seconds and it's just going to prolong the life of not only the charger, but it's going to stop any leaks getting inside the house. Make sure you get all your dead testing before you put all this on. This isn't a testing video, so we're not running through that today. And then once this is secured, get on with your live testing. I'm using the X1 at the minute. Let me know what tester you're using and if you think it's better than the Mega. And the Proteus board is the only one that I know with a removable flappy lid. Let me know if there's any others out there. If you're looking to get an EV charger installed, I really highly recommend that you get someone who knows what they're doing and make sure they carry out that survey properly. If it's remote, it still can be done properly like I do it. Make sure you ask all the questions and also make sure that you are using a registered installer. That is the finished Simpson & Partners. It's a lovely charger, highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel.